Talia!
Absolute Talia. Congratulations on Padmavat.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I was just told that it's your biggest opening.
Yes,
And-
apparently so.
And honestly, Ranveer, for me, and I think for a lot of people, you're really the heartbeat of the film. You really sort of made it come alive.
Thank you.
So I want to start with something that actually Javier Bardem had said. He's of course played terrifying villains in films like No Country
For Old Men.
for Old Men, and of course Skyfall. And I did an interview with him, and I said, "Do you have to?"
You met him?
Yes.
Did you get a picture?
No, we're not
Why?
allowed to. But
He's so sexy.
He is so sexy. I agree. Oh my God, he
Right?
is divine. Absolutely. But so I asked
What about
him.
him as his vibe in Vicky Cristina? You just
Yeah. Yeah.
goals.
Yeah, fully divine. But I asked him, do you have to like the characters you play? And he said to me, I don't have to like them, but I have to be able to defend them like a lawyer defends a client. Is that true? And can you defend Alauddin Khilji?
I kind of disagree. When I am playing Alauddin Khilji, for me, what I am doing is the right thing to do from my perspective and point of view. I can judge him as Ranveer, Ranveer's moral compass, and say that's wrong, that's not nice, that's not cool. But when I'm playing Alauddin, I'm convinced of that reality. I'm convinced that I am the second Alexander and that I am meant to rule the world, and that everything that the Almighty has created belongs to me. I have to be convinced of that. Only then can I play it convincingly.
But Ranveer, how does an artist get into that headspace of this completely unhinged character who's a stalker, he's a murderer? What did you read? What did you watch? How did you get there?
I don't know how much of my process I'm comfortable revealing. Let's put it this way. I take some time to prep. It becomes very difficult in today's day and age with the schedules that we have to kind of carve out time for prep. Most certainly, my business managers don't get it. They have to be explained that I need this time
Normally,
before a
how
film.
long?
Minimum of 2 weeks for me. If I get 4, nothing like it. This time I got 3. I was in my workshop, which is in a far-off suburb. Cut away from friends, family, and normal
Completely
life.
alone.
Yeah, completely alone. I isolate myself for those 3 weeks, and I kind of dwell in the character, marinate myself sort of in that kind of headspace, and some things come about. It's a fascinating process that doesn't have any rules really. It doesn't have any set pattern. Prep for every character is different for me. But that time that I spend with myself it could be bizarre if you view it from an outside point of view, but it's about spending time with oneself and finding that inside you that you will need to tap into to play that character. It's a very fulfilling process. It's my favorite time apart from actually being on set and shooting.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I love prep. I love it. It's like you're groping in the dark. You're grabbing. You're trying to find. You're just trying to find. It's exploration, and you'll arrive at something, a sort of base that you can take with you to set. It's very different with different directors. Some like to be very hands-on as part of that process, so they know that you're on the right track.
What was it like
with
for
Mr.
this?
Bhansali is very hands-off. He's never prepped with me. So he sent me or packed me off to Gujarat during Ram Leela for my prep. I did the same thing pretty much, spent time with myself at a suburban hotel for weeks to an end for Bajirao, and this time in my workshop. So he's very
So you
hands-off in his
enter-
approach.
You enter this space, you're isolated, and you come out and you are
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah, I find something to work with. I find a starting point, like I said, a foundation, It was different in Bajirao Mastani. For Bajirao, I built the base, and even on set, I was operating out of what I discovered in that base that I had created. But this time, I built the base, but I took it to set and let Mr. Bhansali play with it. He wanted to do so many things. and he was brilliant. You know, his ideas, his nuances that he added, it really enriched what I was doing. It was so it was very different. All three films with Mr. Bhansali have been different.
But Ranveer, tell me this, how much of this man was in the script? Like, I love the scene where you say to Ratan Sen that "Aap kitne achhe hain." And you're mocking him.
Yeah.
And you really voiced all our feelings, okay? Because in a way, like by that time,
That was an improvisation.
yeah, exactly. So things like that, was that part of that script?
I think at some point after maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes less, you find the character and then you can free flow. Then you can improvise. And it happened a lot with Jim, who was playing Malik Kafoor. We improvised a lot. But that one moment that you speak of was an improvisation because we were blocking the scene and Shahid was saying his dialogues. And I felt that sentiment and I voiced it. And Bhansali was like, say it. Say it in so many words. So I was like, yeah, kitne achhe ho tum. You know?
Yeah, because at that point, that man is sort of self-righteous to the point of being destructive.
Yeah, to a fault.
Yeah, to a fault. Tell me about the scenes with Jim, because it's funny. I found I had problems with that whole track because I thought that the fact that you're saying he's bisexual is also a value judgment. Is also one more sign that he's a bad guy. But there was moments of real tenderness. You know, there's that one scene where you touch his cheek. And how did you and Jim kind of come up with what can you do, what can't you do? Because, you know, these are very sensitive things.
Well, Jim is full of ideas and full of beans and wanted to do a lot more. Mr. Bhansali had to control him and curb his enthusiasm. I have to say, one of the most fulfilling co-actor experiences, Jim is an absolute delight. Jim and I both wanted to do a lot more.
So as an actor, you have no sort of restrictions in your head about beyond this I can't go.
You know, once I decided to take this plunge, once I decided to take this risk, it's a huge risk.
It is, yeah.
You know, in Hindi mainstream, it's about imaging for mainstream leading men. You are pretty much perceived in your real life as the characters that you play on screen. So it was a massive risk for me. I'm glad, I'm relieved that it's worked out.
Did you have to think about it, or did you instinctively
say
yes?
I was very apprehensive. And on various counts, mainly because when I read the part, I knew that I would have to tap into some really dark places in order to play this character, and I wasn't ready to do it at that point, that stage in my life. I was in a happy space. Whatever darkness is within me, I wanted to, whatever had been brushed under the carpet, I wanted it to remain there. I wasn't ready. And so it took some convincing. Mr. Bhansali really was insistent that I must explore this part, and all credit to him. I'm glad he was able to convince me because I was scared. You know, I knew that I would have to go deep into the rabbit hole for this, and I was petrified at that stage.
But you know, I had done an interview with Mr. Bachchan right around RGV ki Aag, and he said to me that when you play a bad character, all of this stuff, like you said, the dark places swept under the carpet, he said it all comes out and it's actually like a catharsis.
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
Really?
That I'm fully in agreement with. It's like taking the kachra out of your being, putting it together and burning, and that combustion is the performance. I really had to confront my demons. I really had to revisit some not so fond memories in my life experience.
Meaning of your own capacity for evil?
I'm sorry?
Your own, when you say confront my demons, meaning what? Like how you, Ranveer, how bad you can be?
Oh, I have been.
So you have to go there.
I have to go there, places I don't want to revisit in my life. So that was the scary part initially. But Mr. Bachchan is right. You come out feeling so light because you've addressed all of that. It's like Diwali cleaning of your aura. You know, it's just I've come out feeling so much nicer, lighter, kinder to people. I've addressed all that garbage inside me, and it's gone.
So you're a better man for having played
yes,
this guy?
You could say that. You could say that.
That's amazing.
The joys of catharsis.
Indeed, indeed. You told me, Ranveer, that when you guys were shooting Bajirao, when you would do, you said it was kind of terrifying because you would, give it your everything, and then Sanjay would be eating popcorn behind.
You're boring the shit out of me.
Yeah, you're boring.
I was like, I'm putting my heart and soul into this. I'm gonna do it again.
But you also said that when you got it, and he was happy,
Oh yeah.
he would come up to you and say, "Arey, mere Daniel,"
Yeah.
meaning Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's brutal. If you're not getting it, he's gonna let you know. But if you get it, he's so effusive in his praise that you feel like the king of the world because you've really put everything into it, and then for that to be validated in that way in front of everybody, he really has a way with actors. He's a very, very special director.
So tell me, in this movie, what was the scene when he came up to you and said, "Arey, mere Daniel"? Was there one?
You know, in Bajirao Mastani, we worked very differently. It was like I said, I was doing my own thing and he was reacting. I was doing and he was reacting. This time, he was a part of that process from the get-go. As in, I was executing what he told me to do. So it was different. I was drawing a lot more from him this time because it's one of his favorite characters and he has a lot of things he wants to do, and you got to give him that, and he was having fun with it and we were having fun together. I think out of all the films, this is the most fun I've had with him.
Really?
Yeah, it was as if Mr. Bhansali was like, I was Alauddin Khilji and Mr. Bhansali was like my mirror. It was like him and I were both Alauddin Khilji and playing and doing these sorts of things. We were having a blast.
Hey, listen, it looks like you were having a blast, especially in that scene when you throw the perfume on the woman and then...
That's his idea. That's his idea. What you gonna say to that? That's a brainwave of Mr. Bhansali. He was like, just throw it on her. It was like, so this is all him.
Tell me, what happens, Ranveer, when there are three really amazing actors in a movie and one gets all the attention? Does it make life difficult, or are you all so evolved that it really doesn't matter?
Who got the attention?
You!
Okay, thank you.
Of course you!
Okay, I wouldn't take it for granted.
No, but I'm saying, does it make things awkward?
Why would it? Everybody is part of the same film.
Right, so you're serving the bigger picture.
I'm not into one-upmanship at all. I've done a two-hero film, I've done an ensemble film. I'm not into this at all. I have a theatre background. So for me, it is all about collaborating. It's a very collaborative process. My foundations are built in collaborating. I am only as good as your co-actor. Take Jim Saab, for instance. He makes me look good with what he does. He enhances my performance. Alia Bhatt right now in Gully Boy, like I was telling you off camera before we started, I feel like I don't have to do anything. She's doing it for me. I just have to be there and react and be present with her. This is the type of collaborative approach I have. When I was learning acting, that's what we would do, right? All the actors together would be part of the same warm-up exercise, and it's all collaborative. I'm not into, I'm gonna do my thing and let's see what he got, and I'm not into this competitive vibe. I find it harms. It's rooted in negativity.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I am not, definitely. I need to be from my point of view, as the leading man, a leader on the set, and make sure that everybody is happy in this environment, working and wanting to give their best. And I want to be that way, and in fact, everybody with the same sort of vibration,
Ranveer, this film has had, of course, a very tough journey. Through that journey, how did you stay positive? Because I thought a lot about, what does it do to an artist? How did you kind of keep going and stay positive?
I was not positive. I'm very sensitive. I can't tell you the kind of fury that I felt when that first incident happened. I had to be calmed down by the people around me. I was ready to go on a rampage. How dare you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is my place of worship. You don't come on a film set and do that.
Yeah.
You don't assault somebody I worship. I was full of rage. And I decided that instead of acting out and being destructive about it, I will be constructive about it. And I channeled all that angst into my performance.
Yeah.
That's the best I can do. Channel it, make it work for you. And now the film is released and it is what it is. Everything that you see has been born out of some cause. This is the effect that some cause has had. So I channeled it.
At what point in the last few days did you feel like, you had so much apprehension about doing this role, you were afraid of, what goes down after this? At what point did you say, okay, I'm through, like I've passed the test?
I don't look at myself and my performance singularly. When I saw it, I saw the film, I was viewing it as a film.
Sure.
And I was in tears, and that was very fulfilling. I was like, Mr. Bhansali his endeavor is to evoke a certain emotion out of a viewing audience, and he's been successful, and that is a victory and extremely fulfilling.
So I can't let you go without talking
Why are you letting me
about-
go? I'm enjoying this. Let's keep going.
I was told 20 minutes is, no, it's okay.
Yeah, keep going.
We can keep going.
It's the first time I'm speaking about my work of 2 years, so let's keep
Okay,
going.
then tell me what was the hardest scene?
The hard part was because of the delays and stuff, a lot of my portions came on the back of each other. Typically in a costume drama, it's so exhausting mentally, physically, emotionally that you shoot 6 days, 8 days and you take a break because you have to recover in order to attack the next thing. But I didn't have that option. Unfortunately, we were running out of time and my portions had not been shot, and a lot of them came back to back. I shot like 40 plus days straight in order to complete the film, which is unheard of on a costume drama, especially in Mr. Bhansali's setup where you're doing so much. I think it was day 37. I thought my brain had become mush, my body had become pulp. I didn't know whether I was coming or going.
Really?
And it was very, very difficult. The shooting process was very difficult. The action scene was the final action battle with Shahid was extremely difficult. Shooting Khalli Bali was very difficult because I could barely stand. It was, and I had to do this dance. And as much as my mind wanted to, my body was giving up. My muscles had failed. I couldn't stand. It was extremely difficult to shoot because of the way it was being shot. And I don't fault anybody, it's just extenuating circumstances that pinned my back against the wall. So there's nobody to blame for it, that's just the way it is. So I had to dig very deep in order to keep going. As physically, mentally and emotionally exhausted as I was, you gotta do it. Because of those delays, the action bits I had to shoot in May, I found myself under 4 layers of leather just melting. My body was melting. I felt like I was going to melt. And there was such hardcore action in that kind of heat with burning tires because you had to create that war atmosphere. It was a toxic environment to be shooting in, and they'd call cut and I'd see stars and just collapse on the side. I'd be vomiting.
Literally?
I found myself on my knees vomiting plenty of times, bleeding. So it was a very, very difficult shooting process. But yeah, when you see it, it's all worth it. I was like, yes.
I also love the scene where you're in a coma and then you kill your nephew on that bed and you say, what? Sultan
बनने के लिए गर्दन और हिराने दोनों मजबूत
होने चाहिए. Yeah, killer line.
Yeah.
I thought that was a killer line.
Yes.
How much did you have to work on the sheer physicality of it, on how big you were?
Yeah.
How much did you work on that?
Alauddin Khilji workout is eat a lot of red meat and lift really heavy weights.
That's the Khilji workout.
It's very simple. I actually, and I'm very excited to share this, I ate red meat for a year and a half straight.
No.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. I was like, if you are to subscribe to the notion that you are what you eat, then I'm going to eat red meat throughout. So yeah, I had been on a diet of just meat. Like that eating scene that you see, that was what I was eating for a year and a half. Just meat. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Personally, I like being a big brute with big muscles, being like, hey, what's up? So I like that kind of, this sort of gully boy physicality, this sort of
This is
like
not you.
lean thing is not my thing. But yeah, it was a lot of red meat and a lot of heavy lifting.
So, Ranveer, when you go through an experience like this, which is physically, emotionally so difficult and so demanding, how do you leave
May
this?
I point out that I found in this prep process an image of a silverback gorilla, and I was like, that's it.
That's who
That's
he is.
Alauddin Khilji.
Right.
And I had that up and I used to constantly draw from it. So I sort of like, with that facial expression, that physicality, that's what it was, you know.
But tell me, how do you leave a man like this behind? How do you.
On the
go on?
last day of shoot, boom, he's out.
Really?
I couldn't wait.
You were done with him?
Those 40 days, it's like very much like Bajirao. Bajirao took some time because I died and all on screen. But this time, the minute I was done, bam, gone. You know, I had to get it out. I was like, leave me. So yeah, the last day when we rejoiced and cut the cake, and I went home and I was done. I was like, you are done.
You know, Shah Rukh had said that he takes a shower to get rid of the characters.
Yeah.
Do you have any rituals like that?
Yes, I do. Some that I cannot share. but
किसी को कान खबर नहीं होनी चाहिए.
but I think what it is yes, that shower, and then I have the night clothes that I wear. Are stuff that I've worn for 15 years, 18 years, those same t-shirts, same pajamas. So that kind of brings me that when I get into that and chill out on the couch, then I'm kind of back, back home.
Tell me, Ranveer, before this film, there was of course Befikre, which we must address since I'm still being trolled for liking it as much as I did.
3.5 stars.
Exactly.
Never forget.
Never forget. Absolutely. Tell me, what did the failure of that film teach you as an actor?
I'm trying to assimilate. What did I learn from the failure of Befikre? Well, see, I don't view it as a failure, Others may, but I still got to collaborate with somebody special in Aditya Chopra. I learned so much, doing those one-shots, and so for me there was a lot to learn. It was a very successful process for me. For me, the process is the prize. I always say this, but I mean it. The process is the prize. I don't know how people perceived it. I don't know box office numbers. All this is not, these aren't my concerns.
But it doesn't break your heart, Ranveer?
No,
No?
No, it doesn't.
You
Not
can
at all.
walk away and be done with it?
I like I said, for me, there is no greater gift than to be able to go to a film set and perform in the capacity of an actor. That itself is a prize, it's a gift for me. I'm done there. For me, everything else, good, bad, ugly, is either a bonus or not. For me, I've already got my prize, which is that I had one dream of becoming a mainstream actor in Hindi films. I'm a Hindi film actor. There's no greater thing. I'm thankful every day for being able to go to a film set and doing what I do. So the acceptance, the fate of films affects me very little. And I sort of have this middle path approach. I don't get carried away with the success of a film. I don't get bogged down by the failure of a film. I do perhaps, but very briefly, and then I'm on to the next thing only because again, that is the gift, that is the prize, that I'm on a film set, we're making a movie, and that's the joy. I mean, I've got what I wanted.
It doesn't impact on your choices at all.
My choices are a function of what is being offered to me, you know. Sometimes, like right now, I'm in a very good phase, right? Like I've got Gully Boy and I've got Simba after that, and I got 1983, so touch wood, it's a solid
It's
time.
amazing.
Sometimes, you know, months on end, no exciting film is coming your way. But yeah, I'm really thankful and really blessed that I had this sort of period where such wonderful films were offered to me and that I'm doing them. So I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I'm really looking forward to my upcoming slate.
Tell me, what are your compulsions now as an actor? What do you really want to do?
I really want to do these films. These films I just mentioned, I'm
Which you are.
damn excited about them, yeah. I was damn excited to do Gully Boy when it was coming. Now I'm doing it and I'm in the thick of it and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And then when I think forward, I try and be in the moment as much as possible. But if I have to think forward, I get really excited because there's Simba, it's Rohit Shetty, you know, who
The
have
two of you together?
dynamite, right? You can't imagine what will happen.
I can't.
I can't either.
I just can't.
It's such a juicy prospect.
Yeah.
And then 1983, which is an incredible human story, an Indian story, and perhaps my biggest challenge. Somebody just asked me whether this has been the biggest challenge, but I can see a huge challenge coming up there.
When you play Kapil Dev?
Yeah. How are you going to get that speech pattern, that physicality, that bowling action? You have to become that. You have to. It's going to take some doing. So yeah, I'm salivating at the prospects that lie ahead of me. I'm really, really excited. So if I really think what I really want to do is I want to do something in the English language.
Really?
Yes, because I went to a school where the medium of instruction was English. So it is one of my main languages. I studied in the United States. So I really want to do something in my other language, which is English. And I hope there have been some opportunities that for one reason or another didn't happen. But I know the right thing will happen at the right time. And I really want to explore that. I think I'll do good.
I'm sure you'll do good. I'm sure you'll do good. Ranveer, I've been talking to you for about, I'd say, 5-6 years? 5 years? Yeah. And I've seen you just, I remember you coming on the sets of The Front Row. Do you remember that interview we did way back and you rapped and you know, this was like, I think right after Band Baja or the second movie. And I've seen you grow into this massive star. How do you, but I don't see you
I
very...
had some memorable interviews. Why am I not being able to recollect this one?
This
I
was
remember
one-
the polka dot one. I remember the Nutella one.
You remember the clothes, is it?
No, I remember the Nutella.
This was the solo one. This was way back, like I think like at least 5 years ago. You don't seem like a very different person to me. You seem to me like that same guy who came there and who rapped. And how do you do it? How do you not let the surround sound around you, which is now so massive, like you step out and there are 50 people taking pictures of what you're wearing. How do you not let that go to your head?
I'm very blessed that all this is happening. But I never lose sight of that one big thing that happened to me, right? Like I told you, only thing I ever wanted to do, only thing I ever wanted to be was a Hindi film hero. And here I am doing it. It's the greatest gift ever. And I'm thankful every day for that. And I don't lose sight of it.
Or a Hindi film villain?
Well said. Well said. Done that too.
Thank you so much and just keep soaring. Such a delight to see you on screen and to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
Yo, it's your boy Ranveer. If you like this video, subscribe to Film Companion.